It's the 10th season of the Indian Premier League and Kolkata Knight Riders have a new slogan, Das Ki Dahad, Ami Ke Kyar. Ami Ke Kyar, as a Bengali, I've been associated with for the last few years, and this is one team that has actually taken the whole of Kolkata and the whole of Bengal by storm. Manish Pandey, very, very important IPL, Champions Trophy reckoning. Simon Katich, Lynn, and obviously Yusuf Pathan, one of the stars of this team over the last few years, and a very dear friend. Manish, say Ami Ke Kyar in a Bengali manner. Come on.
Ami Ke Kyar.
Fabulous. That was superb. That was superb. But Simon, I'll go with you as part of the coaching unit. With Umesh not being there for the first few games, does that affect preparation at all, or given the kind of star talent that you have, it's fine?
No, it doesn't change preparation. The guys have prepared well so far, but what it does do is it gives someone else an opportunity to get a chance in the first couple of games while he's out. He's obviously a big loss because he's been playing very well for India in the last couple of years and is a big part of the team, but you know, it gives one of the other younger guys an opportunity.
Yusuf bhai, IPL और आप और कोलकाता एक साथ जुड़ चुके हैं लास्ट 3 साल. मैंने आपको लास्ट ईयर जो इंटरव्यू किया था, आपसे पूछा था कि वो 21 बॉल 50 दोबारा होगा कि नहीं, हुआ था, और आपका परफॉर्मेंस आईपीएल में बहुत ही अच्छा रहा है. एनी फर्दर गोल्स आपका इस साल लुकिंग अहेड एट द सीजन?
नहीं, इंशाल्लाह ज़रूर. जिस तरह से पहले आपसे बात हुई थी और जो कहा था वो हुआ, और इस बार भी मैं कई लड़कों से बात कर रहा हूँ, और जिस तरह का विकेट इस साल है कलकत्ता का, स्पेशल ईडन गार्डन का, तो मुझे लगता है कि कुछ ना कुछ नया ज़रूर आएगा.
नया बोल के?
नया मीन्स बहुत कुछ, जैसे एंटरटेनिंग सीज़न रहेगा कलकत्ता के लिए और टीम के लिए भी रहेगा, क्योंकि काफ़ी टैलेंटेड प्लेयर्स भी आए, ओवरसीज प्लेयर्स भी काफ़ी अच्छे टीम में इंक्लूड हुए, तो वो सारी चीज़ें रह के, और बैटिंग वाइज भी काफ़ी एंटरटेनिंग रहेगा इस सीज़न.
Manish, coming to you, you know, if one or two people have this IPL sort of set for their own international careers, one has to say it's you. I mean, everyone knows you're supremely talented and you've had a sort of chock-a-block kind of calendar, but since that 100 in Australia, the Manish Pandey yardstick, is this IPL a sort of platform where you want to really make a mark and come back for Champions Trophy?
Yeah, definitely. You know, this is what all of us would be looking to do. As you said, IPL is a strong and good platform where, you know, a lot of performances are considered, and, you know, everybody notices it. I think so. I would be looking forward to do that. And as KK has been really good and supportive, you know, from the first year, given me a lot of chances, a lot of support from the captain, the coaches, and everybody, which is obviously definitely played a lot of a great part in my career, the shape of it. And I think it's been really good so far.
Chris, I was having a chat with the CEO Venki Mysore the other day, and he tells me if there's one X-factor player, it has to be you, given what has happened in the Caribbean Premier League. And he actually said to me, you should look out for the kind of batting that you will see for him. Any sort of goals that you are setting for yourself going into the season?
I think obviously to get an opportunity, you know, that'll be ideal, and just make the most of it, try and grab it with both hands. Obviously that X factor we're missing this year with Andre Russell, so I think Gotti said it during the week that everybody's got to step up 5 or 10% to fill that role that Andre played over the last couple of years. So if I can chip in there wherever it is in the batting lineup, and try and bring some X factor to the batting lineup, and hopefully clear the ropes a few times, then yeah, I'd be more than happy.
Simon, that was my next question. That how do you fill an Andre Russell void, because he was the X factor player?
Very true. It's not easy to fill. Obviously, someone that bowls in the power play, bowls 140 k's plus, and then obviously has the power hitting at the back end of the innings. But I think when you look at our squad and the way we went about it at the auction recently, we feel that we're going to be able to fill that void. Given Lynn's obviously been in the squad, he plays a different role with the bat. He's obviously more of a top order player, which gives us a lot more power up top. And we obviously got some power here with Yusuf and Manish and the rest of the batting lineup. So I think from that aspect, we feel like we've got that base covered. And then from a bowling point of view, obviously getting guys like Trent Boult, guys that can bowl in the power play and at the death. So we feel that there's a number of guys that hopefully can fill that void that Andre's left.
यूसुफ भाई, ये आईपीएल सीजन शुरू होने, आई मीन ऐसा कभी हुआ नहीं है कि इतना प्लेयर्स का इंजरी, विराट, केएल राहुल, उमेश, रविंद्र जडेजा, रवि अश्विन, आपको लगता है इसके लिए थोड़ा सा आईपीएल का स्टार पावर जो है, स्टार क्वोशंट जो है, जो कम हो सकता है, या कोई फर्क पड़ेगा फैंस को इससे?
देखिए, सबसे पहली बात कि हम लोग इतनी क्रिकेट खेल रहे हैं तो ये ऑब्वियस है कि आप इंजरीज हो सकते हैं, और कोई भी प्लेयर हो आपको इंजरीज हो सकते हैं। लेकिन जिस तरह से आईपीएल आ रहा है तो आईपीएल का जो फ़ैन फॉलोइंग है, और जिस तरह से स्टार प्लेयर्स और कंट्री से भी आ रहे हैं, और जो इंडियन प्लेयर्स भी है तो वो भी खेल रहे हैं, तो ज़्यादा इफेक्ट नहीं होगा उस चीज़ से। और जो भी कहे आप, जो भी बड़े नाम आपने लिए अभी, उनकी एब्सेंस जरूर रहेगी, मिस करेंगे जो भी फैंस फॉलोइंग है उनकी, तो वो जरूर मिस करेंगे उन सबको।
But Manish, having said that, I mean, when sort of, for example, you know, Saurav left KKR or Gautam took over, there's something about the brand. I mean, when you all play at 40 degrees heat at Eden Gardens, even if it's 4 p.m., it's still 70,000 people. There's something about Army, KKR and Kolkata.
I think, this is my 4th year in KKR, and I think it's been, absolutely amazing to have such a great fan following. We see it in the social media, and we as a team, we have the highest followers, even in social media sites. So I think it's right through the start how, Shah Rukh has, taken the team through, how the players have performed. And I think the fan base we have got is really amazing. And I think, this being the 10th year, I think we would, we want to continue the same efforts and, give this back to the fans and give them a reason to be happy.
Yusuf bhai, any message from Shah Rukh? Any conversation this year at the start of the season?
देखिए, अभी तक तो ज़्यादा बात नहीं हुई है, लेकिन सुन राजकोट में या कभी मुलाकात होगी तो बिल्कुल पूरा मैसेज मिल जाएगा, हमें भी मिल जाएगा और आप सबको मैसेज मिलेगा उनका, और स्पेशली कलकत्ता के जो फैंस हैं उनके लिए बहुत अच्छा मैसेज रहेगा।
Simon, we saw a lot of intensity during the India-Australia series. Sometimes, perhaps people were even stepping over the line. When it comes to IPL, I mean, it's terrific to see Ajinkya Rahane, Steve Smith sitting next to each other, talking to me, saying we are friends, having just captained rival teams a couple. So is this a platform that has actually sort of done world cricket a lot of good by getting people together, players together, the camaraderie, the friendship?
You'd like to think it has, because obviously when guys come into the same playing group together, they start to understand each other, not only as players but also as characters and people. So obviously what happened in the Test series recently, I think that's a byproduct of both teams wanting desperately to win, and so at times, yes, it probably went over the top, but at the end of the day, guys are competitive at Test level and they want to win for their country. So you'd rather see it played heart-fought than just, guys going through the motions. So
for a second, if you take off yourself from being Simon Katich, coach of KKR, to Simon Katich, an Australian legend, do you actually think Virat's overstepped the line?
Well, that's a tough question. Look, what I liked about what he did in Bangalore was he got the team going, he got the crowd going, and I think India going into the second day of that Test match, they looked like they were done. They looked like they were jaded, and Australia were well on top, but he got them back into the contest, and then the rest of the series is history. So he had to do something special. He did that, and it worked. So I don't think any of our guys, yes, they might have been disappointed with some of the antics, but at the end of the day, he did what he needed to do to help India win the Test series, and in the end, that's what happened.
Chris, I mean, when we talk of captains, Gautam too, for example, is a very intense captain. I mean, you see Gautam on the field, he's passionate, he's intense, he wants to win. Does that sort of have an impact on the players, on the playing 11, on the team in terms of inspiration?
Yeah, definitely. And you talk about how tight the Kolkata group are. I think Gotti leads the way in that. And when you see a captain with the amount of passion that he shows, you don't want to just play for your teammates, but you want to play especially well for your captain. Because, as I said, he's so passionate about not just the game but KKR, and the boys really, follow in his footsteps. And look, when it gets heated out in the middle, he's the one that leads the way, and he's got 10 other blokes behind him. So it's great to see, and I think that's been a strong driving point for KKR.
What is special about KKR? What is special from your own experience of 4 years?
To start with, I think these are one of the best franchises I've played under. As I said, very supportive, played a great role to shape up my career and everything. I think, and even the strength we have, the playing 11 and the bench strength has been really amazing. At times, what happens is, when you're not playing for a long time, then you start cribbing about some things. But I think here, this team does not have that at all. And this is actually the good part of it, and everybody is supporting each other, backing each other, having fun. I think we are also a team which we have like amazing and enough amount of fun even off the field.
When you say fun, can you give me an example before I take a quick break? So do you play a prank on your coach?
No, we have not reached that space yet, but I think but surely, I mean, if hopefully this year is good for us, and I think we would love to put an ice bucket on him soon.
No, not bad. Yusuf bhai, जब आप IPL approach करते हो, I mean, is this sort of now only cricket for enjoyment, for your reputation, for everything else, or do you still nurture, okay, I've still got India ambitions?
नहीं, बिल्कुल देखिए, जिस तरह से क्रिकेट मैंने खेली है, खेलता आया हूँ, मेरा एम यही है कि इंडिया के लिए खेलना है फिर से। एक आईपीएल है, ये प्लेटफॉर्म है जहाँ से अपने आप को प्रूव कर सकता हूँ मैं, और कंट्री के लिए खेलना है, मुझे कमबैक करना है, तो ये एक अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है मेरे लिए। और मेरा एम हमेशा से वही रहता है कि जो अपॉर्चुनिटी यहाँ पे मिले उसको ग्रैब करूँ, और हो सके तो कंट्री के लिए वापस खेलूँ। और वैसा मैंने जब स्टार्ट हुआ था आईपीएल, तभी भी वहीं से मेरा क्रिकेट मैं मानता हूँ कि वहीं से क्रिकेट स्टार्ट हुआ था, पहले सीजन से। तो ये हमेशा से यही सोचता हूँ, हर साल जब भी आता हूँ आईपीएल खेलने के लिए, तो यही एम रहता है कि डोमेस्टिक जो खेली है, डोमेस्टिक के बाद जो आईपीएल है, ये एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म है जहाँ पे सारे लोग देख रहे होते हैं आपको, और आप परफॉर्म करोगे तो कंट्री के लिए फिर से कमबैक कर सकते हो।
Manish, I was reading an article and it says every ad spot on the host broadcast is sold out. There's something about this tournament. I mean, despite the scandal, the controversy, the whatever notwithstanding, the tournament is perhaps the best franchise tournament in the world.
I think, yeah, I mean, we have seen this from all these years, this being the 10th year. I think, if not less, people always come in immense, with immense expectations about having to see the game, having to see or meet all the players. I think this is always increased from year one. I think, and it should do well, because a lot of hard work put in from all the players, from all the franchise to do really well. And I think they should expect something back from the fans as well. And I think they've been getting it.
Simon, as a coach, I mean, IPL is ultimately the Indian Premier League, and there are Indian youngsters. Do you ever sort of find it problematic to reach out to the Indian youngsters? Have you seen that, are they hesitant to approach, or are they slightly apprehensive meeting a legend like you or Jacques? Is there an issue with coaching?
No, I think what I've learned, I've only been here for a season, this is my second season now, but what I have learned is that the young players here, and we've got some very good talented young players, are always willing to soak up information and ask questions and learn, and not only that, but practice hard. And that's something that has really stood out to me, is that a lot of our young kids that might not be getting a game necessarily are still rolling up to training and wanting to work hard. And I think prime example of that was last year, Kuldeep Yadav. I mean, he'd keep coming up saying, I'm ready to go, and in the end he got a game and he did very well. So, and I think there's a number of other youngsters that hopefully will continue to do that, being exposed to this sort of environment.
Chris, as a player, I mean, when you sort of, bat in the nets against a Kuldeep Yadav, against a Yusuf Pathan, tell me how IPL improves the skill set.
Well, from my point of view, obviously the conditions are a lot different. So, I've got to go to the batsmen like Yusuf, Manish, Katich, and understand how they play in these conditions, especially against spin bowling. Whereas in Australia, we don't get those type of conditions. So, yeah, it's it's a different challenge, but I think as cricketers we're always up for a challenge, and that's the best thing about the game. We're always willing to learn, and that's the best thing about the IPL. It's not once has anyone taken a step backwards. It's always been heading in the right direction, and that's with the overseas boys coming in. It is the team they've bonded and gelled so quickly, and that's the best thing about KKR. And no one's taken upon themselves and been an individual. It's always been a team effort, no matter what. So I think that's the best thing, that whether I'm in the nets batting against whoever it is, they're willing to help me out, and I'm willing to help them out in any way.
Yusuf bhai, जब ये IPL के सारे teams में देख रहा हूँ, I mean, it seems to me it's actually a very open IPL, because सारे teams are really well balanced, looking very strong. आपको क्या वो लगता है? Because and more, ये जो एक दो इंजरीज के लिए जो एक दो टीम सफ़र कर रहे हैं, उसके लिए ये कंपटीशन और भी क्लोज हो चुका है?
नहीं, देखिए, बहुत अच्छी बात है, इंडियन क्रिकेट के लिए भी बहुत अच्छी बात है कि देखिए आपके जो भी आईपीएल फ्रेंचाइजीज जो भी टीम खेल रही है, 10वां साल है, तो सबको पता है कि उनकी टीम के लिए क्या अच्छा है और किस तरह से वो इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं। हर कोई चाहता है कि वो चैम्पियन बने, तो ये इंडियन क्रिकेट के लिए भी बहुत अच्छी बात है कि कंपटीशन अच्छा हेल्दी कंपटीशन है और हर कोई जीतने के लिए टीम बना भी रहा है और जीतने के लिए खेल भी रहा है, तो ये बहुत अच्छी साइन है IPL के लिए।
You agree with what Yusuf Bhai just said in terms of that's a nice one, and that's something that Simon has to do, learn Hindi over the next couple of years. What he just said is, given, I mean, this is a great sign for Indian cricket that all these teams are evenly matched and they come together and each team sort of wants to win and win desperately. This actually helps your foundation and helps Indian cricket in the long run.
Yeah, that's the thing about having a strong, tough competition, is that even though, yes, it might be harder to perform well, from an individual point of view, there's no doubt that it makes players better, but then also from a team point of view, if it's harder to win a competition, you get a lot more satisfaction as a unit. So every team knows it's not an easy competition to win, and obviously the boys have won it twice before, and hopefully this year can be third time.
Manish, the competition for a middle order spot in the Indian team is intense. I mean, there's you, there's Ajinkya, there's, even if he doesn't open, there's Kedar who's come and sort of taken it by storm, Rohit's coming back. Does that sort of put any pressure on you at all?
No, I just think, you know, what I do normally is I just take one game at a time or one tournament at a time. So, you know, I'll be focusing on this right now. But obviously, cricket being the religion in India, obviously has to be a lot of you know, competition. Everyone wants to play for the Indian team and they want to perform really well, which we saw, you know, which we've been seeing actually for a long time. With all these guys coming in, definitely yes, there is competition, but I think I should be probably focusing on my game, which will eventually help me.
And when you say focusing on your game, anything extra that you've been doing or anything different you've been doing over the last few months?
Something extra or something different what I've been doing is trying to spend more time on the wicket. This is what I've, you know, from a couple of years. Even the one-day cricket I used to, you know, play it like T20, but I think what I changed slightly was to spend more time there, and, you know, having to think that there's a lot more time than I think it is, and that's what's actually helped me. And you know, it's a little different. I think I like this format again.
यूसुफ भाई, आप और आंद्रे रसेल, आप लोगों का जो कॉम्बिनेशन था KKR के लिए, आप लोग एक साथ बहुत मैच जिताए हो। इस बार आंद्रे रसेल नहीं है, वो आपके ऊपर कोई एक्स्ट्रा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी डाल रहा है या एक्स्ट्रा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, एक्स्ट्रा प्रेशर कुछ आप पे रहेगा?
नहीं, देखिए, ऑब्वियसली आंद्रे रसेल को हम लोग मिस करेंगे और स्पेशली मैं मिस करूंगा सबसे ज़्यादा, क्योंकि लास्ट ईयर जिस तरह से हम लोगों ने क्रिकेट खेली है, दोनों अच्छे पार्टनरशिप हुए, मैच जीता है, तो हमेशा जब आप बैटिंग करते हो तो बैटिंग पार्टनर आपका हो अच्छा तो आप प्रेशर में उतना नहीं खेलते हो। जब बॉलिंग में भी तो सेम है, सेम चीज़ है, तो ऑब्वियसली उसे मिस करेंगे, लेकिन उसकी जगह हमें फील करनी है। मुझ पे ज़्यादा प्रेशर नहीं लेना है मुझे, और टीम को क्या फ़ायदा होगा, आई थिंक दूसरे ऑलराउंडर्स भी काफ़ी टीम में आए हैं, तो वो चीज़ फील करने के लिए और जगह को भरने के लिए हम लोग कोशिश करेंगे।
Chris, with a coaching staff like Jacques and Simon, it's great to see these legends in the same dressing room. I mean, what kind of talk do you all have, having these people around?
Well, I just think they bring a certain level of calmness to the group. Obviously, T20 is such a fast-paced game, and everyone can get caught up in the moment or maybe a poor decision, whatever it is. So they just bring the group together, and they allow us to play with a lot of freedom. Because I think, obviously, again, in the game of T20 cricket, you've got to go out there and play with the fear of failure. And good teams do that, and they bring us and instill the confidence, you know, to play the best cricket we can.
Simon, my last few questions. One, any particular team that you think you sort of need to take cognizance of or note of when you go into the tournament? You have a very tough start against, you know, you're traveling away for the first week before you actually come home. Does that help at all?
Oh, look, I think we saw last year, any team on their day is obviously capable of knocking anyone off. So, you know, the standouts last year, obviously Sunrisers winning it. Obviously Gujarat were tough opponents last year. We found them tough. They knocked us off twice. And Mumbai did as well. So those two teams, to get them first up, it's actually really good, because it gives us a chance, if we can roll them early on, gives the group a lot of confidence. And so, you know, I think the guys have, you know, done what they can. We've got another good practice game tonight. We've got a few more players arriving in the next few days, and then we'll have a couple of days in Rajkot. But you'd say that those teams are going to be up there. Bangalore's obviously got a very strong team with their batting and obviously recruiting Timel Mills. But as I said, any team on their day is capable of knocking anyone off.
As my time runs out, what I'll do is I'll start with Yusuf Bhai and we'll get this new slogan rolled out. I'll see how Chris does and how Simon does, and we'll get Manish and Yusuf Bhai to give them numbers out of 10. So Yusuf Bhai, आप शुरू करो. 10 की दहाड़ हम आमी KKR, आप शुरू करो, and then when Simon says, आप और Manish, आप लोग coach. So you will have to number Chris and Simon. कि कैसे ये लोग pronounce करते हैं, कैसे बोल रहे हैं. अगर नहीं हुआ तो इनका training session आज से चालू. आप शुरू करो. New slogan, 10 की दहाड़ आमी KKR.
10 की दहाड़ आमी KKR.
Simon, your turn. Come on.
What was it again?
10 की दहाड़ आमी KKR.
10 की
दहाड़.
10 की दहाड़.
Yeah, say, come on. 10 की, let's repeat. 10 की दहाड़ आमी KKR. Chris, come on.
10 की दहाड़ आमी KKR.
Manish,
I think I'll give him 2.
you give it 2, okay.
Out of 2.
10 की दरार.
So you finish it off. 10 की दहाड़ आमी KKR.
10 की दहाड़ आमी KKR.
Yusuf Bhai, one sentence for your fans to close the show.
बिल्कुल, जिस तरह से आपने हमें इतना प्यार दिया है, पिछले 9 सीजन से हमें जो प्यार दिया है, आप उसी तरह हमें प्यार देते रहे और हम आपको एंटरटेन करते रहे.
Kolkata Knight Riders, not without reason, is one of the most loved teams of the IPL, with Shah Rukh Khan at the helm. With these players, this coaching staff, clearly they once again go into the 10th season as favourites. We'll see how the season unfolds, but at the start of the season, they have a really strong chance for the 3rd title. Thanks for watching.